Hey fellow flowers, Violet here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am actually going to be showing you a little bit more of an expert stitch. If you are interested in seeing some more complicated projects aside from like your typical zigzag or twisty stitch and you want to get into sculpture with lanyards, this video is for you. But we are going to be making a clownfish. It's cool because it kind of like, you'll see that at the end of it, the body actually like can move like a fish, which I think is an exciting characteristic of this lanyard. If you want to see any complicated projects or want me to recreate any kind of like expert level stitches that you've seen around, please comment those down below. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And for now, let's get into how to make the clownfish lanyard. Okay, so the first step in making this clownfish is going to be gathering your materials. I'm using this white Rex lace as well as this transparent orange that I got from a combo pack on Amazon. I will have materials linked down below so that you can check those out if you'd like to use these same colors as I. And I'm just using the orange color for now. I've cut 4 pieces of 15 inches long, and then I have one piece which is longer, and that one's about 30 inches long, and that's going to be my main strand. You'll see I'm not using very many strings here. And once you have those cut, you'll gather 2 of the short strands and then that longer piece. And the idea is to start a 2x1 brick stitch. So you'll see I have 2 shorter and 1 long, and I'll grab all their ends and then find where the short strings are at their end, find the midpoint, and then I'll even out this main string on its own so that I'm working with the center point of all of these strands. Next, I have flipped it over and just making sure that my lengths are even here. They're pretty okay, but I'm making the 2 shorter strands horizontal over my finger like so, and then the longer strand is kind of vertically upwards behind it, and I'm just starting out a 2x1 stitch here. So I'm just going to make my 2 loops and then weave my side strings over and under, and I'm going pretty fast with this because kind of expecting that you probably already know how to do this if you are watching this video. But then we'll pull this all tightly together, and here we have started just a 2x1 lanyard. Now, to kind of set this in place, I'm going to go ahead and hit the tripod again. I'm going to make sure that these lengths are all equal, which they are, so I'm going to go ahead and keep making straight stitches. So my 2 loops, and then over the first strand, under the one that's far away, pull from the other side, over and under, other side, over, under, right side, over, under, and then I will pull this tightly together. And then to get my body to kind of expand and get kind of the nose of the fish, I'll need to insert some strands to get kind of the rounding effect. So I'll start by making a normal straight stitch like I was just doing. And notice that this is a 2x1 brick wall stitch right now, and I have 2 strands on each side. So I have 1 here, which I pulled through. Then I have 2, which is right here on the left. And this one is going over the first loop underneath the second. And then I have the 3rd strand, which is here on the right. This one's going over under to the other side. And then the last strand, which I need to weave, is the 4th strand. And when I insert my strings, I'm going to be inserting them in between the pairs. So 1 strand will get inserted in between 1 and 2, and then another strand will get in between 3 and 4. Let's do this. We will open up 3 and 4. So I'll push 3 kind of upwards and I'll push 4 a little bit downwards so that I can see my 2 vertical loops. And then I will gather my string, which I want to insert, and I'm going to feed this underneath the 2 vertical loops. So if I can find my string here, this string is going to go under these 2 vertical loops. And again, we're going in between strings 3 and 4. Then I want to straighten this out because I want to be working at the midpoint of this new string. So I'll find both ends and then pull them until they're tight, and then I know I'm working at the midpoint. And I'll start with the left strand, and it'll go over and under towards the right. And this string will go over and under towards the left. And you should make sure that you have this similar pattern before you insert the next string. Then from here, we want to open up strings 1 and 2, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to insert a string up here. So I can see my 2 vertical loops in between 1 and 2, and I'll feed a new string underneath these 2 loops. Fold the new string in half, even it out. And then since string 1 is pointed to the left, I'm going to start by feeding this string to the right. Pull this through, and then this string will go the opposite direction over the first vertical loop and underneath this second one, which is farther away from it. And let me just straighten this string up really quick over here. And then we're going to pull this loop through. So as you see, I should have 2 new strings inserted, like so. And then I can pull my lanyard tightly together, and because I have 2 new strings in here, the body is going to want to resist that tension a little bit, and so it's going to kind of start to warp outwards and shape the nose of the fish, which is what I want. So from here, I can keep weaving my straight stitches, and I'll make my 2 loops again, and then weave all of my side strings over and under all the way down. And for now, we are going to do 3 straight stitches. So we added those 2 strings, and now we are doing 3 more stitches just to kind of fasten everything in place. And then we'll add 2 more to make this go from a 4-strand lanyard into a 6. And that's what's going to help us shape the nose of the fish. So there's just a little sneak peek after just 1 stitch. Now let's do another. So forming my 2 loops and then alternating the strings going all the way down. And then I'll pull this one tightly as well. And we'll go for just 1 more, and then we'll add our next 2 strings. So 2 more loops again, and this is our 3rd stitch since we've added those 2 strings. So now I'll pull this one tight, and this is my 3rd stitch since adding those 2 strands. And now for this next step, we are going to add 2 more. So I'll put this down for now, and I'll gather my next 2 pieces of Gimp. And I'll start the stitch by making my 2 loops first, and then weaving all of the side strings over and under those. But before we pull it all tightly together, we are going to open up and make a little space for ourselves so that we can add those new strings. So I'll count 2 side strings, so 1, 2. You'll see that I have moved 2 strings out of the way, and I'll open it up and insert this string right next to those. And I'll gather both ends and even those out, and then we'll just add this string in here. And pull this end through as well. So now I have 1, and then I need to open up these, looking from the bottom, count 2 strings up from the bottom here, and then insert my finger underneath there so that I can see my 2 primary loops. And then this is where I'll insert my next 2 strings. And this will go over, and this one over and under this way. Like so. So we just added 2 more strings again, and you'll notice this whole lanyard is all about adding and removing strings. So I'll pull this one tightly together now. And we can go back to doing our straight stitches. So for now, I'm just going to do 2 straight stitches, and then we're actually going to change the colors of this body. So for now, making my 2 loops for those straight stitches and weaving the side strings over and under. So for the strings on the right, over the loop on the right, under the loop on the left, and then for the strands on the left over here, over the loop on the left and under the loop on the right. And we'll just alternate each side going all the way down. So a string on the right goes over this loop on the right, underneath the loop on the left. This one crosses over and under, going the opposite direction. And you'll notice there's a bit of like a rhythm to this. Just over and under, and then we can pull this first stitch tight, and then we'll go ahead and do 1 more straight stitch. And then we'll be in a good position to change our colors, but that will be in the next video. So be sure to check out part 2 of how to do the clownfish so that I can show you how to change the colors in the next video. Just going to finish up this stitch, weaving all of my side strings. And the last strand over and under, and we can pull this all together. Oh, this guy fell out. We'll put that back in. And then there you go. So in the next video, like I mentioned, I'll show you how to change the colors. So I'll see you in the next one, and keep blooming.